It's day 6 of designing a Pokopia Cloud Island in 30 days. Yesterday, we completed this building, finally. My first building, and the one I happen to live in. And by completed, I mean, I'm using that word loosely. It's very likely by the end of this, I'll have come back and made some improvements. But for now, it functions as it needs to, and it serves as a place for me to live. Today, we're going to be laying out the city in a more specific way. My goal is to finish out laying all the roads, and then I'm either going to start another building project or I'm going to start infrastructure. I haven't really decided yet how I'm feeling about either. But we're going to be filling in a lot of this stuff that you see here with grass and dirt, and basically bringing the terrain that kind of stops here across over this little flooring here and right up to here. And once we get to this portion, I'm not going to be doing as much flattening. I'm going to let this kind of be raised up like it is now, and we'll, it either becomes part of the city or it becomes, the area where you go out and it turns back into wilderness. I, again, haven't decided. We're just kind of vibing this out. So that's what I want to do today, and I think we can, I think we can finish the layout of the roads and get one of those projects done, or at least started, no problem. I don't know if I'll use them, but I'm going to go ahead and steal the blocks that were underneath the Pokemon Center originally. And for this entire project today, I am going to be using mostly dirt because I just have a ton of it right now. And I like using the grass, but a lot of the times the grass gets deleted anyway for whatever I end up building on top of it. So I was realizing, it doesn't really matter. I just need to get this done. And I think using blocks of just regular dirt is probably the way to go, which you can always add grass to anyway with leafage, so not a big deal. But yeah, you're not missing much here. You're basically seeing the first part of my day in real time. It's just going to be me moving along, trying to get everything terraformed the way I like. I'm already almost out of dirt, came back to get the rest of it, and found a habitat next to the vending machine. It is a habitat for, that is Charge a Bug, or, yeah, okay, I know who it is. I can see them in my brain, but I can't remember the name. All right, cool, so this is where I'm at. I barely have enough dirt to finish this, and I still have areas over there that need to be flattened. Luckily, as I add roads, I'll get dirt back. So I don't have to go out to a Dream Island necessarily just yet. Also about Dream Island, so we've been to every single one now, every different variant of Dream Island, and I managed to get a lot of supplies. I may or may not continue doing those trips on camera because they do become kind of a grind as you go on, and I really like Pokopia, so I like being able to just have something to do when I'm just playing for myself. So, yeah, just know if you don't see me going to those too often, that might be the reason. I may just have already done it for that day. If anything of note happens, of course, you'll be clued in. But there it is. This area is now all flat. I do have to take away some blocks here because I'm going to wrap a road around this building, and it's going to intersect with that road over there, which also should make things really interesting as I continue to, consider the infrastructure choices I'm going to make. But yeah, we're going to have a road come around here. It's going to intersect right here. And I'm thinking 1 or 2 prefab homes can go behind my building. I've talked about this a couple times. I think having them facing out towards the ocean there and having little paths in front of them, it could look pretty nice. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me go ahead and get rid of these trees and move around some more land. Right now I'm facing the Pokemon Center, and I thought I was facing north, but I'm actually facing west. So the roads running east to west are going to be 4 tiles wide, and I've decided that pretty much any road going from north to south is going to be 3 tiles, with the exception of this road here, because I consider this kind of like a main road still. Ooh, Pupitar came all the way down here to give me pink paint. Awesome. Honestly, though, when it comes to roads, I might not even keep that rule in mind. I might continue to break it, which I should, because it'll make the city look unique, but it just kind of depends on what I need at what time. But anyway, so if this road is 4 tiles wide, that means that the road running this way would be 3 tiles wide, so we just have to do this. I may need to hit up that Dream Island after all now, because I'm just about out of stone, so I can't do my roads, but these are how our plots are kind of looking. These plots ended up being, I think, 12 by 16 or something, just because of the way I kind of did, the 16 by 16 plots here, and then I decided to do a 12 by 12 there. So yeah, I can actually do some really unique things with plots like this. It's not like one building is going to sit on each plot. I could put several things in each one. There could be a park and a couple prefabs. There could be one block building and a prefab. I can do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping it does become like a mix of different types of projects. Anyway, I think I'll head out to another Arcanine Island. I figured pretty much all of them are good for getting stone. I thought one might be better than the other, but all of them I go to tend to have boulders laying around and stuff, so mostly I'm here on a mission for stone. I may grab some extra gold and stuff if I see it. I mean, yeah, the Arcanine Island, like, you jump in and then boom, you're just greeted by stone everywhere. We got another cathedral building over there too. Maybe we get something cool out of that. No rare spawns though, unfortunately. Got a gold ball. I assume this is gonna be habitat information. Nope, 3 Pokemetal ingots. I'll take that. I'm also really happy to get these plants. I think I can craft the stained glass at this point. I don't think I can craft these plants. Maybe, definitely not both of them. So yeah, I'll grab, I don't know, I should just grab everything, right? We really should build something like this on our, in our city somewhere. All right, this was some habitat information. The low-key rock stage. Okay, nice. I think I can make both of these guitars. I don't, on my main save, I mean. I think I have the recipes for them. I don't think I have the materials for them. I definitely don't have them on this Cloud Island, but who knows, maybe one day. Look how impossible it is to see these things during the day in the sand. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I saw this. I think it's just the camera angle was in the right spot. I have hardly found any things in like shimmering in the ground on the Cloud Island. If I ever hope to do the mysterious slates, I'm really letting myself down. Found another block that was shimmering though and got a large relic. By the way, if you ever need stone, and you probably already know this, but these walls like this are fantastic. They drop a lot of stone. Right now I'm in the top couple of layers. I'm not trying to get every single piece of this, but go into Graveler form and just start tearing it down. Honestly, did not take that long at all, and I found some iron and stuff back here too. At the end of this tunnel, we have 3 Pokemetal ingots and this weird pit with one of these setups. I'm sure you've seen these before. We got, grubby cell phone. You can just pick up all these items and steal them, but usually they're just sitting on top of the layer that, you know, the little gold Pokeball is at. For whatever reason, they all fell into their own custom little pit. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, in terms of stone, this was our haul, and then we got a bunch of furniture and other random items along the way. I think that's enough for one day. Now I can make what I hope is more than enough road, and then I can finally get my city layout to feel a little more complete. I'm in even more trouble now because I've run out of gravel blocks, which, if you recall, gravel's kind of rare. So hopefully I can go to a dream island at some point and get some more. I'm going to commit to the gravel. Even if I don't have enough right now, that doesn't mean I can't get more later. And there's ways to get it. I mean, I could probably go to the Arcanine Island, look for a little body of water, and find gravel just laying there. It's just collecting out of the water is kind of dumb. However, if I use a junk block, like I could use some of the rocks I've collected, I could maybe replace them with, you know, I could replace them and collect the gravel, basically. So yeah, there's ways around this. I'm just a little bummed out. I thought I had enough. But yeah, anyway, there's a lot of hope right now for finishing the whole city layout today, because this is already looking pretty full. There's a lot of giant plots. By a lot, I mean 5, but that's a lot of space for building, especially if we incorporate prefabs and stuff. And I think I can fit like one more pretty decently sized plot right in here, maybe even 2 if I really wanted to. And that's not bad either. In fact, now that I have some grass again, let me go ahead and replace some of this dirt. We'll let the dirt be our stand-in for gravel for now, so I can actually map out these plots. Almost done with this section, and I do think the dirt is working as a good stand-in. I'm getting a lot of grass back, so I'm able to fill in a lot of area with grass. One problem, this road here is running into this cliff here, which was part of the plan, but now that I'm trying to like put a plot right in this spot, I hate to say it, but it's kind of getting in the way, which I hate. I wanted to, you know, not have to flatten it like that, but I've got a feeling like I should flatten it again. I know I said I wouldn't do it. What am I supposed to do, though? I got 2 habitats in the way, and it's still a lot of hill to work with, right? Okay, other than the area behind my building, everything's looking pretty good. I think this is more than enough land taken up by roads to say that, yes, I've laid out an entire city. There's a little bit of an area here, and of course there's obviously spots for expansion, but the area back here just needs like a little bit of work done on the roads and stuff. Then we can put some buildings back here, and maybe a park or whatever. And then everything else is just filling in the plots in between, and if I want to add more buildings around here later, I can, but there's a lot more map for me to explore, and I don't want to just like put all of my time and energy in this 30 days in one spot. Although, if I did that, I think it would look pretty spectacular. Anyway, I'm realizing for this to kind of work the way I imagined it, I actually can't have a path with little steps going up to each building. The path itself is going to be raised to this level if I want it to match what I did over here, and I do. So essentially what that means is our road is going to come out to here and then go across just like this. We make it 4 tiles wide, plus a layer for gravel, plus a layer for probably dirt on the outside. That means we get rid of just a little bit of water, or I don't know, we let it hang over the water. It could look kind of cool. And then we think about putting prefabs like right here. And because I want this area to look finished, I'm actually going to go ahead and replace some of the gravel I have over here with dirt so that I could at least see this really intricate area in all of its completed glory. We can put gravel out to here. We go grass on the outside, which is getting a little bit challenging, but we can do it. And we need stairs, but it will look something like this. And yeah, I'd say this is looking pretty good. Obviously, got to fill this in. Maybe I could steal that gravel down there. I don't know. But this is kind of what I was imagining. Again, symmetry wherever I can, but this is pretty cool. I think maybe we can fit some prefabs right here. Now that I've actually closed the area off and I have my gravel, I don't know. We got to just buy some and try it. Fortunately for us, the smaller of the prefabs are available. Eventually, I'm going to want the level 5 ones, and I'm getting close. But yeah, we can't have those right now. There's also Pokeball ones, which are kind of cool. For now, let me just buy one stone cottage, and I just want to see if it looks good over there, if it can even fit over there. Huh, you know what? This isn't half bad. So if you can hold A to visualize this, and this is what it looks like if I put it like right up to the road. I even have room to kind of put a little path underneath it. And I mean, it's honestly just a little too close to my own building. However, if I pull it out to maybe here, maybe do this, it really doesn't look too bad. If I could fit 2 of them next to each other, side by side, in like a symmetrical way, this could look pretty cool. I'll put it down here. I'll go buy another. I think I'll have to put it actually right next to the road right here. I'll probably have to move it 1 to the right, but we're gonna see. Since there's 2 more in stock, I'm just gonna buy these now, and it'll be nice to have extra when the time comes, because sometimes you need them and then they're not in stock. So yeah, I try and stockpile these whenever I can. All right, in order to make this work, yeah, I'd have to like cram these 2 literally next to each other. So I'm gonna put this one here, and I'm gonna move this one over to the right. And while they are blocking my view right here, they're not blocking my view from my bedroom, so that's fine. Let's visualize this one since it's so close to a little staircase. And yeah, I think this is fine. It's right off the road. Ah, wow. Am I really gonna put 2 of these right next to each other like this? Honestly, yeah, I think so. I think this will kind of like clutter things up over here in a way that I kind of welcome. I think I can add these little path indents later after the house is built, but I just want to be absolutely certain. So if I do this, yeah, that looks really nice. That looks very welcoming. This one I'm a little more worried about, again, because it's so close to a little staircase, but it's really not that bad. I think this still looks good. We'll put the stairs down just to be sure. I actually had 2 steps on me. Let me try this one more time. Okay, yeah, this is okay. Worst case scenario, I end up bringing the road out on either side by 1 block, moving the staircases in a block. I do have that level of, I think, leeway if I really want it. Once the house is built and stuff, I think it just looks too strange. But this is nice. I think this is giving me kind of the cluttered building vibes I was looking for. Now we just need to get supplies and get them under construction. I'm basically out of bricks, so we'll get some fire Pokemon working on those. In the meantime, though, I do have enough to get at least one of these going. With our team assembled, we can start building this one. That'll be done tomorrow. And in a little bit of time, I'm going to have enough bricks to do this one. And it looks like we do have enough Pokemon on hand to get this one built too. And as I'm waiting for my bricks, I'm kind of naturalizing this pond a little bit, which basically means I was just kind of reducing the size of the pond. And you know what? It looks okay. The ponds in block games don't exactly look super natural to begin with, but I don't want to outright delete the ponds. This is like opportunities to get little sparkling spots really close by to where I live. So yeah, I think this is good. I might make a couple adjustments, but for now, you know, there's a few ponds out here, and that's what I want. Another thing I could do to kill some time is work on that infrastructure I talked about earlier, and this is where things get kind of interesting. So I've dug 2 holes. This one is 4 tiles away from this intersection, and the one over there is also 4 tiles away from its intersection. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to connect these 2 holes with a little tunnel. Whoa, I stopped just to check, and I landed in the perfect spot. Nice. Okay, I have my tunnel, and now my tunnel is dug out. You're probably seeing this and thinking, yeah, I think you're building a sewer system. Which, you know, to be fair, yeah, it's not a very discrete project here. But as I said, I need infrastructure. And if you watch the streams, you know kind of what I'm doing with this. But I have some other ideas that I didn't get to try on stream that I want to try here. So yeah, I thought this kind of build would be perfect to implement this little bit of infrastructure design yet again. We'll have to execute that on maybe day 7 or 8 though. For now, let me just see if, oh no, we're not quite done with the bricks yet. Almost though, I have 18 of the 20, so Charmeleon's almost done, and that means I have enough bricks and I'll have a fire type Pokemon to help with this build. Oh, Timber gave me 5 bags of cute flower seeds. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll always try and grab flower seeds and shrubs whenever I can, just to have them whenever I'm ready to start planting flowers. Aha, you're done. Okay, perfect. You need to follow me so that we can get this other project underway. Oh, poor Magby. Magby's also making bricks for me, so here we go. I'm gonna have Magby do another batch too. Oh, there is nothing more satisfying than queuing up multiple projects and coming back the next day and having it done. I love it. So there we are. We have 2 prefab buildings going up, and we have the city layout basically complete. I'm ready to start putting down infrastructure and buildings. I thought I was going to get more done today, but this took a lot of time, a lot more time than I probably put in the video. In fact, I'm worried this one's going to be a shorter day, but trust me, on my end, it's very long. And I'm still juggling Pokopia live streams as well, so that's something to look out for as well. If you want more Pokopia, I'm streaming it like all the time right now, so subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. That video is on the screen now if it's ready. And yeah, enjoy.